Hello friends, welcome to another tutorial. We'll learn how to make our headband without using a sewing machine. See the tools you need here. Now you need 3 stripes of fabrics in measurements of 4 by 35 inches. So I'm marking 4 on my fabric and I'm going to cut out 3 stripes in that same measurement, 4 by 35. But this is cutting material that I'm using here, so I'm just cutting out the 4 inches while I'll cut out the 35 inches later. You can use any fabric of your choice for this headband. You can use silk, you can use crepe, you can use Ankara, that is African print. But you can also play around with your measurement if you want it wider or thicker. The choice is yours, but for this class I'm using a 4 inches by 35 inches fabric and in 3 pieces. Now you need your glue gun for this tutorial. You need your UHU glue, you need your B6000 or 7000 glue, you need your blings, you need a 1/4 inch foam, you need your tailor's chalk and a pair of scissors. Don't forget your tape roll and your ruler to help you cut out the right measurement. And I'm just emphasizing I actually cut 4 inches and I have 3 stripes of fabric. You can actually mix your fabric instead of using one fabric. You can use 3 different designs. You can use different colors. You can get creative with your fabric. So this is 35 inches and I have 3 pieces of that. I'm going to set my scraps aside, and the first thing is I'm going to cut my foam to be 3 inches. So my foam will be 3 inches, but I'm not going to cut 3 inches by 35 inches because the foam stretches a little. There is a little stretch that you experience when you're working with the foam. This is a 1/4 inch foam, and you can get it in your local store where they make furniture, or if you're familiar with bag making materials, you can get it where they sell that too, or people that sell sewing materials, you can get it from them. Now it's important you know the length of the foam you will use. Remember, it's a 3 inches foam in measurement. So I'm just going to secure my foam to my fabric at the 2 edges before I start folding. Now it's important you have excess fabric by the side of the foam to enable you fold over. So because while cutting the foam, it may not be so easy for you to get accurate 3 inches because of the way it shifts while cutting. So what you're going to be doing here is to apply your UHU glue and fold your fabric over your foam. Now if you want this to be thicker, you can use an 1/2 inch foam instead of 1/4 inch foam. So I'm going to be folding the fabric on the foam. This can be tricky and it may be time consuming. Please don't stain your work with a lot of glue. You just have to be patient with it. UHU glue will be your best bet here. If you use your glue gun, if you're familiar with the glue gun, after using it, it leaves a residue of a thick feeling. But with UHU glue, you won't have that experience. UHU glue is light, it's transparent, and it would stay on your fabric without giving you an extra texture, not giving you an extra bulky feeling. So just keep applying your glue and make sure you are able to fold over your fabric on the foam. So the next thing is to use your hot glue to fold the fabric that has your foam into two. You'll be working with a lot of glue here. Remember, you need 3 pieces of this fabric. Okay. For ease, you can take this to the iron and press by folding it. Fold it into two and iron. But in this video, I didn't take it to the iron. I'm just folding, and I'm making sure that the edges of my fold aligns so that I have a neat finishing. You keep folding until you get to the edge. Remember to fold in your fabric. Remember to fold this in well and neatly. So here you have it. You can see apply glue to the edges that are opening up, or while you're weaving, if you see that the edges are open, just put glue to secure it. So watch out for the parts that are not properly closed, and add glue if necessary, so that you have a clean work. Please avoid staining your work with glue. So it's time to weave or braid, whichever one you prefer. Now you will need your hand needle and a matching thread. Remember, we are not using sewing machine for this at all. So you need your hand needle and a matching thread. Put all the 3 stripes together and use your needle and thread to tack. A quick one: because you have used hot glue and you've used UHU glue or whatever glue you have used, there's a tendency that the fabric will be hard. Apart from having a bulk of fabric, there's a tendency that the glue will make your fabric harder. So you need a lot of pressure to use your hand needle. If you are finding it difficult to pull out your needle, you can use your fabric to hold the needle if the needle is getting slippery. Now, another tip is, instead of weaving only on the fabric, the part that has the foam may allow you easy access while using the needle. Just play around it. The essence of using the hand needle is to make your product more durable instead of using just glue. Now it's time to braid. At this braiding point, you have to braid in such a way that the folded part will be facing one side if possible, so that the other part that is folded, that is not the finished end, will also be on one side, so that the part where we folded will be towards the bottom of your braid, while that other part will show at the top when wearing it. Now, in the process of braiding, you may observe that some part of your folded fabric is not well made. You can still apply glue, but while doing that, try and be careful and not stain your work with glue. Once your customer are able to still glue all over, pardon me, it doesn't look professional. Okay, so once you've gotten to the head of your braid, you just need to use your needle and thread to secure it, so that while you're using your glue gun to do the finished product, you won't have to struggle. Okay, just use your needle and thread to hold together. Then you can still use your hot glue to do more of the securing, but please, the needle and thread is important just to help the durability of your product. Pick one of your scrap fabric, check the wrong side, and apply your UHU glue and fold in the edges, so that the edges will be hidden while you are doing your finished work. Fold in the edges. Yes, make sure you put in a little bit of pressure so that the glue will hold it. That is what we're going to be using to close the back of the headband. You can see we are almost done. So use your glue to secure that part. If you still want to, you can still use needle and thread if you want to, but because of the bulk that I have there, it may be difficult to start pushing in the needle and thread. For this part, please don't use UHU glue or B6000 or B7000. You need a glue gun for this part so that you have a very secured work. Now, after trying my scrap on my finished work, I observed that it's too long, so I'm just going to take a cut off. Actually, this I keep saying that this does not have a perfect measurement because our weaving may be tighter, some may be loose, so you just fold it around it. Then once you are comfortable with what you have, then you are good to go. Make sure that the last part of your scrap fabric that you use to close the back is finished in the center of your headband, not outside the headband. This is what I mean. The last part, when you are making the last part of the glue with the fabric, make sure you finish it inside, like inside of the headband, and not outside the headband, please. So you can see that I'm applying my glue, but by the time I'm folding it in, it goes inside the headband. Okay, here you have it. That's the plain color. If you don't want to embellish, you are good to go. You are done with your work. Just look out for glue and remove seam. You can use blings of choice. You can even use buttons. You can use anything that has a flat back. All you need to do is confirm where you want to place them, how many you want to use, then you start applying. For this one, you can use your hot glue to apply or use your B7000 glue. If you are not so very good at using the hot glue, please use your B6000 or B7000 to attach the blings to the turban, to the headband. Here you have it. My headband is ready to be worn. Without using sewing machine, you can still make beautiful headband. Here you have it. Your beautiful no sewing headband is ready. Thank you for watching. Bye.